Hi guys, welcome back to Infinite Possibilities, the podcast where we explore the lives of amazing people, their choices, challenges and opportunities. And today I have a very special guest, Bruce. Oh, right.
Hello, hi.
Is that how you normally sound?
Yeah, this is my normal voice.
No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. So, Bruce, why don't you do a 1-minute introduction about what you do?
I just finished my PhD. Thank you. At Uni of Queensland in Australia. So I'm heading back to Singapore for a new journey in January. Yeah.
Wow, exciting. And what was your PhD? 1 minute.
Pretty easy. I can say it in 5 seconds.
Okay.
It's just a PhD in business management.
Your topic, sir. That's too broad.
Just adding 1 minute. Okay, cool. I studied knowledge translation. So basically how we manage knowledge from context across different contexts and how to contextualize that and how to apply that in different contexts.
Wow. Okay, cool. So we're going to go from the beginning, see what kind of childhood Bruce had. So Bruce, I guess, where were you born and what kind of child were you like?
I spent my informative years in China.
Ooh.
So probably something like 17 years in China. So
Wow.
yeah, it was pretty boring life over there when I was a child. So you understand, in China, so everyone was just study from day and night. It never stops. So it was a pretty stressful life. So I didn't enjoy my childhood that much. No, sorry. Before 7 years old, I was pretty happy because I didn't have anything. And then the moment I stepped into the primary school, all the way to high school, so I didn't enjoy life quite a lot. But I also appreciate that part of my life because that forms who I am today. Yeah.
Makes you extra hardworking, yeah?
Yeah, and after that, I feel that, my life is so easy.
Oh, that's so true. There's that quote, it's like, if you do what is hard, your life will be easy. And
Yeah, I spent a typical high school life in China. So, a typical high school life in China means you're going to practice the questions and you're going to spend probably 12 hours a day in the school, something like that, every single day and without any holiday. So that was my bloody terrible high school life. Because China is very competitive, I couldn't make it to the university. I was too dumb. Compared with other bright Chinese students, I couldn't make it. So I've got no choice but to study abroad. So I went to Singapore.
Wow.
To 17 years old. I was lucky to be picked up by one of the Singapore local polytechnic. So I started with diploma.
Wow.
And then from there, I just, top up and upgrade myself to degree and master and eventually PhD.
Wow, very good. Yeah, doesn't matter what your starting point is, right? It's still PhD, still doctor.
Yeah, now I proudly call myself Dr. Zhang. But I was someone who basically being rejected by the uni.
Oh, your thing is beeping, but it should
It's
be
alright.
okay.
Should be okay.
Yeah, okay, wait. So I want to go back more to childhood. What about terms of personality-wise? Were you like a really shy introvert? Or you really extroverted?
I was very shy. You can't believe that. I was super introvert. I wouldn't say anything to a girl like you.
Chair!
It's like, okay, nice girl.
You might be scared of me, right?
Every first guy is scared of you. I was like, what am I going to say? What kind of topic we can say? Yeah, that kind of thing.
Wow, do you have any juicy stories when you were younger?
Okay, define juicy.
No, this is up to your imagination, Bruce. Let it out.
Nah. I'm pretty normal. I'm just a very normal kid.
Pretty normal. Okay.
I don't have a lot of fantastic stories. Yeah.
How come you can talk so high pitched? Kidding. Wait. So what kind of grades were you getting at that time? Kind of curious.
I was, as I said, being very, very bad with my academic performance throughout. I was almost kicked out by my teacher when I was in high school because I couldn't make it. I failed so many subjects. So I couldn't make it to the uni. And then I went to Singapore. and I was almost kicked out by the Polytechnic as well, twice, not only once.
Whoa!
But eventually I made it. And then I went to the college for my undergraduate, for my bachelor degree. I was almost kicked out as well.
Oh my gosh!
And
Wait.
then I was just like, what?
Wait, so like almost kicked out, it's because like you failed or you did something naughty?
Okay, kidding.
Juicy.
No, it's just because I didn't know the right method to study. Yeah.
Oh.
So I failed my subject once, and then I was given a supplementary exam. So I could have grabbed the opportunity and then passed that one shot. Instead, I just, was crazy about doing part-time job outside school.
Earning money.
Earning a little tiny peanuts money.
Yeah.
And then I returned back to pay the tuition fee for repeating the entire course. And then I failed again. And then the school sent me the notice saying that you can't just keep repeating the same course for more than twice, right? So you're gonna pass the main exam. If not, you're gonna pass the supplementary. If not, you're gonna repeat it, pass the main exam, and then if you still can't make it, the supplementary exam is the last chance. Doesn't matter if you scored A for other subjects, as long as you have one subject that hang you around like that.
Yeah.
That's the end of the story. So I got two subjects. So in one semester, so I couldn't afford to fail any one of them for the supplementary. Yeah. So I was like, oh my God, I pray so hard. Let me just pass this.
Yeah.
So my GPA was super low.
Wow.
But I was lucky enough to get some working opportunities. I'm the kind of person who can talk to people. I'm not really good at study.
Sounds like me.
So during my internship stage, I kind of make myself shine in a hotel because I study hospitality.
Yeah.
So in hotel they look at your personality and how you perform rather than your results.
Yeah, what you can do.
Yeah,
right?
so I try to make myself stand out, and then I successfully draw attention from the general manager, and so she was very nice, and she kept me, and she said, Bruce, do you want to stay here after you graduate? And I said, of course. And then I tell myself, look at my results. I don't think anyone else could have hired me. So I got that position, and then that's the starting point. So
that was after your bachelor's or after
no, that was
diploma
after
or?
my diploma.
Ooh.
So I knew I wasn't the right person for academia. So I brought the academic address we call regular. So I thought that's the finish. That's the end of the story. All right, I finished my study already. And then when I went to the working place, I noticed that a lot of people having a bachelor degree and then earning more than what I do. So I was like, what's wrong? I do the same job as you guys do. So and then I found out the trick is the qualification. Okay, not bad. So I just applied for a degree program without holding any hopes, but they accepted me. And I say, okay, look at these lousy results and you dare to accept me?
Yeah.
And I dare to graduate.
That's very cool. Yeah, right. Like if they accept you, then like, yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, if you accept me, means that you see me have this potential to graduate, then I will just show it to you.
Yeah. So tell me how lousy your GPA was. Well,
very.
To give hope to the people.
It's not a secret. Okay, I got a 1 point something out of 4, 5, 4 something.
Wow, is that a pass?
It was a pass. 1.0 was the pass.
Wow.
If I got below 1.0, I needed. I would probably be forced to take more courses to boost up the GPA, but I was just right above the requirement.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah, but I was naughty boy. I didn't really focus on study. I feel like study is so boring,
Yeah.
and you never applied whatever you learned. Even it's very practical courses I studied, hospitality.
Yeah.
But when I record it now, I can't remember a damn thing. 80%, 90% of what I learned about the food and beverage, I only remember a few names. For example, when I still remember when I learned the beverage courses, food and beverage courses, they taught us about the wine, the rum, the liquor, and tequila, and what's the percentage, and what's the ingredients and components, everything. I had to memorize and learn that. And now I can't even remember a damn thing. I only know the name, tequila, rum made of sugar cane. That's it.
Wow, very expensive degree.
Very expensive. Then after that, I just went to workplace again. And then I felt that after a few years, my life was very boring. I said, okay, maybe it's time to get something excited to do. And then I just enrolled into a master degree program.
Wow. Wait, so I want to like slow down a bit. And then your story surprised me. So I love it.
In what way surprised you?
I guess like, you know, like when you think PhD, like there would be some like really, you know, high achieving when they're young. But it just reminds me of myself because I was a really dumb kid as well.
PhD is basically nothing.
It's just hard work.
It's just another qualification that you know awarded to you for what you have done in the 4, 5, or 3 years.
Yeah, but a heck load of studies. So
it
means now you can study. Now you know how to do research.
No, the trick is that the more you study, the easier it is. Compared with my diploma, I mean, I suffer a lot in my PhD, but not as that much compared with diploma. So I really tried very hard to pass the exams and study hard and try to memorize and didn't know anything about how to write an essay and what is reference. I don't know the heck about references. So everything was so new to me and I couldn't make it. And then the same thing goes on for my degree and for my master, then it'll be much easier. I got first class honors for my master degree because I know the trick.
Whoa!
And then I was so proud of myself. Okay, let's just do a PhD. And then go to PhD. Fuck, it's different story. It's different story. And then forget about it. Since I already enrolled UQ PhD program, I applied many uni. I applied in UK, Uni of York, and some uni in Canada, and about 3 or 4 uni in Australia. But UQ was the one who responded immediately, almost.
Wow.
So I thought, okay, let's just try my luck. And then now it's your turn. You are trying your luck to recruit me.
Yeah.
Because I know nothing about research.
Yeah.
So UQ dared to recruit me as a PhD student.
Yeah.
Then I dared to graduate.
Wow, a lot of bravery on your part.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, so I want to talk more about, like you said there were like a lot of subjects that you failed. Was there a sort of common thread to it? Were they like all, I don't know, maths, or were they all like English or?
No, it's some of the subjects just, for example, statistics. So you really have to pin down it. You really have to know it. You really have to learn it.
Yeah.
So if you don't spend time to study it, of course you won't pass it.
Oh, and you didn't spend time studying?
I didn't spend because I was so crazy doing part-time jobs. So some courses like the management, right?
Are we talking about diploma or?
Diploma.
Okay.
Diploma. So if you can't make it, you can still fake it, right? So
Yeah.
in the exam hall, because those are very subjective questions, you can write something.
Yeah.
Right? But statistics, if you do not know something, you can't write anything on it. You don't know what to write.
Yeah.
So some subjects, like marketing, like management, I can still write some story. I can write something, right?
Yeah.
I was allowed to use dictionary, and then I check the meaning of the word. I can just copy and paste something on my scripts, and then I can get some marks, and hoping I can pass. But statistics, I can't even do anything about it.
Yeah, you
I don't know.
Write 5, 4, 3.
I can't do that, and it's like, oh crap! I'm gonna fail this. So what am I gonna do? And then that's the point. I was so hopeless, and shit. Why why did I do that? Why didn't I spend more time studying on these things? So, advice is that don't play yourself like that. I play myself like a symphony.
Don't work hard at the wrong things, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait.
And then when I recall, I got gains and lost. I gained a lot of working experiences. I know and I learned how to deal with people.
Yeah.
I learned that in the workplace. And I earned peanuts. It was like it was $7 per hour.
Wow.
And then, but that time I didn't realize that I learned so much from the human to human interpersonal interactions, and the workplaces. I was just thinking I'm going to earn some money to release the burden of my parents for a tuition fee. And then I calculated and then just added up. It doesn't meet the ends, it doesn't make sense because it's just only a few $100 after all. And then I pay thousands of dollars for costs. It's like so damn
but
stupid.
I mean, that's a good thought to have. Your parents would be like, oh, I am touched, but Bruce, don't do that again.
My parents don't understand English, so I can see that in front. I never shared the story with them.
Really?
So I just say this subject is too hard for me, so I'm gonna repeat that. Can you just give me some more money? So my parents I really appreciate that. They really support me throughout my learning journey. Yeah, from diploma all the way to only diploma. I've got to rely on myself because I save a lot for my bachelor degree, and then when I graduate, I work. I save some money for my master degree, and then after I graduate from master degree, I work and I save some money for my next journey.
Oh wow! Yeah, I think you're going way too fast. Want to ask a few more questions from
we can rewind back anytime.
Yeah. Wait, so when you were in high school and then you weren't doing so well at school, was that like a big stress on you? Were you like, oh my gosh, or like did your parents throw money at tuition?
It was the darkest moment I live in my life because I somehow enrolled in one of the top high schools in the city. And then they kind of, in China they have, in England we have this ordinary level and an advanced level. We call it O level and A level.
Yeah.
So in China they have, the middle school leaving exam, we call it Zhongkao. And then the college entrance exam, we call Gaokao.
Yeah.
So Zhongkao is like the entire province, right? So every single middle school leavers, they will attend the same exam, and then they will have the ranking. So my school somehow get the network and they recruit a lot of people, a lot of bright students from God knows anywhere. I don't know from where, but from those county, and from different places, not from that city. And then these students really knows how to study, and then they came from a poor development background. So they studied super hard, and it was a culture shock to me. So I never seen someone who wake up at 6 and sleep at 11 or 12 midnight, and then they only sleep for 1 or 2 hours in between after lunch. And the rest of the hours, either they doing mathematics or physics or something else. It's just like they studies. I was like so crazy. I can't fit in that kind of environment. So I feel like this is the norm, because so many people are doing the same thing. Then if I don't do it, I feel I'm an outlier. So they are doing the right thing, but I'm not doing the right thing. And then ended up, I feel I'm not gonna force myself to fit into this kind of context. It's too dark, too stressful. Of course, they end up very well. Most of them end up the top tier college in China. So I was the one look up them during the entire high school life. So I never, even today when I recall when I recollect those accounts of the days, it was like a very dark moment for me.
Yeah.
Because I don't see the value. I don't see my value there. Because now I see, you bunch of nerds, you know, you only know how to do the mathematics. But I was like, social people can't do anything because still there's only one criteria, only one threshold is that you have to produce the results.
Yeah.
It was very, very stressful. But I think that makes China whatever it is today. Yeah, a lot of people is very competitive. If you can't do it, someone else is going to do it.
Yeah, everyone's
So you're going to force yourself to do it. I'm the loser. I can't fit into that kind of context. No, that's not me. I'm still, love sunshine, love life. I'll see girls.
Too shy to talk to them?
Yeah, maybe that's the true me. I don't want to, push myself into a fixed mode.
Yeah.
That's shaped by the entire society. That's not me.
Yeah, and so I'm kind of curious. So you said that you sort of like, I'm not going to do that. You're not going to study that hard. So how did you sort of occupy your time? Wouldn't that mean that once you decided that I don't want to be like that, you can have the time of your life? Like you made your decision. So wasn't it?
So I just manage myself in terms of study, work, and also
so how much did you study
entertainment.
compared to everyone else? So
During high school or what?
Yeah, high school. Everyone's studying a 6 to 11 and you're...
I follow the same pattern.
Really?
Yeah, I follow the same pattern. And then I found out that I spent the same amount of time but didn't produce the result. So that's the poor thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they study, I also study, but it's just that they're very fast on doing everything. So like they spend 1 hour to finish one set of the questions, but I probably will sit there for a few hours and do the same thing, and then ended up 11 p.m. Oh yeah, let's go sleep. Time is up.
Yeah.
So I was like doing a lot of, things that doesn't really produce a result.
Yeah.
But I comfort myself. At least I tried.
I mean, you put in the time, so.
I put in the time. I put in the so-called efforts.
Yeah.
So I touched myself, and myself only. and my parents always think, I see you study very hard, and what's wrong here?
Yeah.
Something is wrong, right? And I really attend a lot of tuition classes outside of school during the high school. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. How stressed were your parents? Worried about your future? Did they? Any?
I think by then they were kind of gave it up, maybe.
Really? Whoa.
Yeah, it was like, okay, let's see what's the best thing for you. I'm not hoping that you can do something great or anything like that. So these days when I call my parents and see that, look, I'm doing a tutor, right?
Yeah.
And in my classes I got so many students coming from China. They all graduate from top uni.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
I had to do a diploma.
Do you know that if I got that opportunity, if I was that smart enough to get into the Chinese uni of that kind,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here anymore. I wouldn't be here in a position to teach them.
Yeah.
And my parents said, yeah, maybe. That's interesting. So a lot of my postgraduate students, they graduate from the top uni.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, if I got a chance to go into that uni, I wouldn't be here anymore. But still, today, I'm standing here. You're sitting down there.
Yeah. You still made it. You just took a different path.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest advantage for me to be bold enough to choose a different path is that in the context outside China, I had a lot of opportunities. So I can choose whatever path. It doesn't matter that it took me so many years to get what I get here. But as long as I keep trying, there will be something out there for me to achieve.
Yeah.
Just keep trying. So some people they are running very fast.
Yeah.
But I'm just slowly moving
marathon.
Yeah. But I'm just keep moving. Even sometimes even plowing or walking, but still I'm moving towards that direction. And sometimes the wrong direction. Shit, I spend some time wasted. Okay, never mind. Turn around and then change a different direction. But it never stops. I see a lot of my friends, my high school friends, right?
Yeah.
So they have kind of like shaped their life in a particular mode.
Yeah.
Ever since they graduate from the uni. So they enter the banking industry or construction industry, and then they didn't have time to think about their life, and they just follow the mode, go through the motion, and just it's time to get married. It's time to get promotion. Then I was trying to find all the qualifications to support my promotion application. And then it's time to have baby, then just have baby, and then the life is ready, is fixed. Once you have all those beautiful things loaded on your shoulder, and those are the burdens as well. You can't just quit the job. Do you have the nerve to quit the job and resign and leave everyone behind and go overseas to study for 3 years or 4 years PhD or 2 years master degree program? The opportunity cost is there. It's going to be huge. So I kind of feel like I'm lucky that I can do whatever I want. So compared with my friends who graduate from top uni, and then they get a top job or very good job, and then that kind of job kind of restrain them, restrain their potential as well from going further. Because people is really easy to get comfortable with whatever they familiarize with.
Yeah, and especially when people have like expectations on them. They went to the top uni, they have to do this next, and then but no one has expectation for you, right? It's very nice.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah. Wait, so in high school, when you weren't doing so well, and then like, what did you think in terms of career? What do you think you're going to be doing? And what were your parents like? Son, you can pursue X. If maybe not doctor, pursue.
It's just, you never know where you're going to end up with. So just keep recalibrating, keep changing. You can change your pathway, you can change your objective, you can develop that. I should use the word develop that. So initially when I was 18 years old, the whole family thought, you're going to take hospitality courses. Maybe you ended up in a hotel or airport. And then you dress up suit and you go to work every day. But ended up, I feel that this kind of job, you look nice in front of people, but it's gonna burn too much time that I could spend with my family, for example, because you work in the service industry, right? So the other people's holiday is your peak hours. So like Saturday and Sunday, no way you can apply a leave because that's the basis day. Like public holidays, that's the peak hours for you guys. What are you gonna do? You can't leave everything behind and tell your colleagues that I'm going holiday with my friends or with my family. They want to go holiday with their family as well. So then I realized that people working in the service industry, I really salute to them because but also I feel pathetic and pity about that because they have no choice. The poorest thing is that you have been left with no choice. Without doing this job, you can't do anything else, right? So if you have the choice, you choose this, means that you got a passion in it. You love doing this. You love talking to people. It's your choice. It's your preference. However, if you have no choice, then that's kind of sad. So I was just trying to broaden my opportunities and give myself more options. So whatever I want to do is really because I love it. I want to do it instead of, being pushed to a corner. I have no choice. If I don't do it, I don't know where's the paycheck coming from. Then it's different scenario, different story.
So do you think now that you found your passion?
Still finding that. and after that, I just say that no, I can't do that. I need to get a job that provides me with more stable salary, stable income, probably at a certain level, and also to achieve a balance of work life, and also have more time with my families. In case in future I have a baby, then I see. Thank you. And then I see all my supervisors, they can't spend time with their kids. And you can't read bedtime stories. You can't tuck in the bed because they just work in the night shift.
Yeah.
So I think, gee, I can't do that, man. Because that was when I was 18 years old, 19 years old, 20 years old, that kind of age. So I saw myself into future. I see in one day, if I have a kid, I can't do that, you know. But these people, they are my supervisors. They've been working there for 20 years, but still they're just supervisor. And then that's the first thing. So the career ladder is very limited. Second is you have to working very hard and long hours. So that's not what I want. So different people have different objective. So I moved out from that context into a uni context. I went to a university, become a student support officer.
Yeah.
So then I had a bunch of free time, you know. So I can spend time with whoever I want. I can do all the funny things, you know, go with relationship, that kind of thing, you know. And then otherwise, you know, you work in the hotel, you don't have time to even go out with your friends because your off day is during Monday and Tuesday, something like that. It's their working day. And then if some of my friends, they want to go for a holiday or to go to Switzerland, but I can't go a long haul trip.
Yeah.
Because I only have.
Maybe you're servicing them so they can go on their long trip.
That's pretty sad.
Hi, would you like?
So I decided So I gonna recalibrate that. So see, my objectives emerges along the way. So I didn't know what I want, but I just trying, just like, you know, just you cross a river by touching the stone.
Okay. Yeah, but that's pretty good that you sort of take a path, check where you are in relation to where you want to be, and then keep sort of.
And I don't regret, you know, going through whatever I have gone through. So I learned a lot from every part of the journey. So I learned how to deal with people, because I was basically a nerd.
Wow.
Like
without the grades.
Yeah. and introvert, you know. And then when I was put after my intern, I was put in the Shangri-La Hotel as front office agent.
Yeah.
So then, you know, you're checking a lot of guests coming from all over the world, and some of them are really successful businessmen, and they have different expectations, different requirements.
Yeah.
And I was like nobody. I was just like, I was just a very low-profile students who just finished diploma program with a whole bunch of FFF on the transcripts. And then when I see some big names, the CEO, and it was like, okay. And then that transformed me. And then I realized that I'm the working adult. I'm not a kid anymore. And then I have to deal with all sorts of situations. So like very harsh conditions when they trying to check in but you have no room. It was crazy. So very stressful working environment as well. So Shangri-La hotels always have almost 102 or 105% of occupancy rate. So some of them being overbooked, and some of them because they sell 100 rooms. But if one or two rooms being spoiled by the previous guest, for example, and then the housekeeper just found it out, then you can't just sell it to other guests, and then 100 available room becomes 95%, when 95 rooms within 1 hour. So those guests who book your hotel, they're on the way. So what are you going to do? So that's where our occupancy rate sometimes jump up to 105%, that kind of thing. And then some of them arrive super early, like 7 a.m., but checking out time is 2 p.m. What are they going to do? Is they flying long haul from London, and then they're wearing, it was Singapore, and pretty hot and humid. Yeah. And then they were wearing the winter jacket, and they're sweating a lot like hell. So what are you going to do? And we carry a baby, and I try to help them, but I was so helpless. I can't do anything because I don't even have one single room. Check it out. So I can only say sorry. It's too early to check in. So so I try to learn and develop the skills, how to calm people down and how to make people feel more comfortable.
Do you want to share some of your learnings? Do you have any particular stories that stand out?
Yeah, look, human beings are very dodgy and funny creature, kind of things. Sometimes if you try to help them without showing you tried very hard to help them, they don't appreciate that.
Yeah.
And if you make them feel that you've been really trying very hard, you've gone through a lot of challenges, you conquer a lot of hurdles to try to help them and achieve some results, they really appreciate that. Yeah. So there was an incident. There was a guest from, can't remember, from Europe. He wanted to do early check-in, and then I had a guest who checked it out the previous night. So I actually had a vacant clean room. And then I just didn't want to give out that room to him so easily. So he knew that, because the policy says that our check-in time is 2 p.m. and checking out time is 12 p.m. So you're supposed to vacate your room at 12 p.m. so we can clean up the room and allow the next incoming guest to check in at 2 p.m. But this bloke arrived at hall around 10 a.m. So I had a clean room ready. I just saying that, it's too early, mate. I don't have any room available there. But actually, there's a green color vacant room in front of me in computer, but he can't see that. Okay, but what are you going to do? And then that guy was apparently very anxious because he was rushing to some conferences. He wanted to just settle down, have a shower and have a refreshment, that kind of thing. Yeah. And then otherwise, in front of me, this guy looks terrible because he's sweating a lot and desperate. And then it's like, really? It was like shock, And then I was like, nah, we don't have any room. But let me just give it a try. And then I just pick out the phone, and then I didn't press anything. I just pretend I pressed something. I see, Mike, I've got a guest coming from, where from? London. Oh, London. Oh, this gentleman coming from London. He's flying for 18 hours, and he's just arrived. And just, can you see if there's any chances, by any chances, anyone has checked it out? And can you just do your super, super, very, very best to help me to make up a room? All right, I owe you a big one. All right. Then I pause a little bit, pretend I'm listening, Yeah. And then that guy can hear me clearly and loudly. Oh, he's checking for me. so and then it was, he's checking. and then, oh really? Oh, come on, just do me a favor. I owe you a big one, okay? I really want to help this guy. He looks terrible, That guy looked at me. Terrible, really terrible. And then I just tease him a lot and say that, do you know this guy's face is super, super red color? and then I was just talking to myself, because no one is on the other end of the phone. And then that guy says, look at my face, I really like furnace. I was like, yeah. Okay. Really, thank you. Can you just rush it up for me? Time now is 10 a.m. So do you think I can send him up there by 10 past 10? 10 minutes time is good enough for you? And then, okay, thank you. I will bake one. Okay, tonight I'm gonna buy you a drink, something like that. and then I go back to the guest and say, well, the good news is that there was a guest checking this morning 7 a.m. but they haven't finished cleaning up yet. So I called my friends in the housekeeping department. Yeah. So they are going to do their very best to clean up for you. Yeah. So meanwhile, I'm going to process the formalities, right? Yeah. Can I have your passport? Can I have this? Can I have that? Yeah. Credit card for verification. And then, guess what?
Give you a tip?
He didn't give me a tip, but he wrote me a big thank you letter, a delight card, and that's where we get all the delights cards from. So we want to build up this relationship with them. Look, if I just give up the room to him so easily, yeah. So this room for you, and the room number is 506, yeah. The lift is right up there. You can just turn it right in the corner. You can see the lift. And just go on level 5 and then turn left, yeah. You can see your room. He wouldn't feel anything.
Yeah.
Instead, I play up a drama.
Yeah. Very, very dramatic.
Yeah, and then just put up like a 5-minute show. I didn't hold up for too long. I know he's terribly tired. So I didn't want to, but I still want to put up a show because it was so boring, It's 10 a.m. Nobody checking out, nobody checking in, and there's only this poor bloke in front of me. Let's just tease him around. So that was the kind of person I when I was 20 years old. So I learned a lot from the job. Although I swear I will not go back to the same job position because I don't like the working environment is too stressful. But I still learn a lot. It shapes who I am.
Yeah. Do you think you still sort of use this information for people? Like, still put on like a half show to make people appreciate your effort?
Human beings,
Yeah.
Human beings. So don't make something so easy.
Yeah.
Otherwise people will not remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
People always remember something really precious, something that
so hard to get.
Otherwise, other people get to them after they've gone through a lot of hardships.
Yeah.
Then it's more valuable.
Yeah.
It's just like if I give you $1,000, if you if you have $1 million, it doesn't make any differences. Yeah. But if you have only $10 in the pocket, I give you 1,000. It make huge differences.
Yeah. So it's almost like to make your prize stand out more shinier. You sort of like squash them a bit lower, so there's a bigger gap.
Yeah. So that's what I learned about dealing with people, different type of people.
Yeah. And is that how you sort of shed your introverted shell? Like, you were really shy before, and then did you...
I had no choice, because I was the only one, served the front office duty at 10 a.m., 7 to 10. Some of my friends went to the toilet, and I was the only one there, and they came to me, what can I say? I can't say that. I'm so shy, can you just wait for a second? I can't say that, right? I still have to, even someone scolded me, it's nothing unusual. And a lot of guests are really impatient, especially when they arrive after 2 p.m.
Yeah.
And then if we have a very unlucky day that all the guests checking out at 12 p.m. Then you have few hundred rooms to be cleaned up within 2 hours. We can't achieve that. So we try our very best to swap the room. Previously being assigned to 506, but 507 the same type. It's a vacant clean, I can swap to that. But if you have nothing to swap with, that's where you feel desperate, because you don't want to disappoint them. They're very exciting about the new journey, right? This is holiday resort, the beach resort. So they just want to have a shower, they want to tidy it up, things, and then go out to have their own time. But it's just, I can't help them. I have whole bunch of people in the long queue in front of me, but I don't even have one single room vacant clean.
Yeah.
So everyone's looking at you so desperately. Is that going to be my turn? Is it going to be my turn?
Yeah.
You know how you feel. So it's like, oh my God, I don't like that kind of feeling.
Yeah, so how do you calm people down? So if I'm a desperate customer, Bruce, I really need this room.
Look, do you think I'm not so desperate? I'm more desperate than you are. I want to give you the room, you know that? Okay, tell you what. Karen, can I have your number?
Yeah.
I guarantee I will call you right after this room turns green.
Yeah. And then what about the other poor guy who's even more desperate than me?
Secret is that I'm going to give it to you first.
Oh!
And then I'm going to say the same thing to everyone. And it will make you feel so special. So you won't complain. Yeah, people just sometimes very odd that when they have some privilege, and then they don't complain.
Yeah. Have you ever like done these sort of like small tricks but they backfire on you? Like someone found out and they're like, "Oh, Bruce, you little liar!" Has anyone ever, saw through your trick?
Nah, I don't think so. I think I played it pretty well.
Expert liar right here.
I think, I can't recall any incident that people just spotted out and say, you're a liar. Yeah, but I always try to give them a lot of rubbish information. It's like the television's here, of course I can see that, but I just want to say something to them, so I can bring them to the room if I'm really free and see that the blanket is right here, is placed here. If you cold at night, you can just take it out. Apparently they can find it as well, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to say something to them and then to make them feel that this guy is really it's good service. Actually, it's just rubbish.
Wow.
The rubbish is because they are not idiot. They can see that as well. I just want to spend more time with them.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't have to go back to face the same long queue with the pressure, I feel.
Yeah.
So this is, and sometimes I purposely introduce myself in front of them. My name is Bruce. If you have any questions or any problems, feel free to come back to me. I'm more than happy to help you.
Fake lies.
Yeah, and then they feel very special. And then when they check out, I will say that it's been privileged to have you here with us.
Yeah.
Or say it's very glad to have you here, stay with us.
Yeah.
Or it's an honor to serve you, something like that. And then they feel very special, and then they will be very happy.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll receive a lot of complaint letter. One complaint letter screw me up,
Yeah. Wow. Have you received any complaints?
Nah.
Wow.
For the 1 year in the Shangri-La Hotel, I didn't receive any complaints.
Wow, you're a fast learner.
At least there's no written complaint.
That's the secret.
Yeah, I scrapped some people from Hong Kong, so that's where I really have the phobia when I check in a Hong Kong guest. They really have a very high standard and expectation. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that, they are fussy and they have a very high standard. So you better don't screw them up.
Yeah.
If they screw them up, it's gonna be a big hoo-ha.
Yeah.
So unlike those guests from Australia, right? So they understand. They really appreciate our service. They understand it's not so easy to do our job. So even if they realize this is a big issue, they will just come to us and say that I realize that. They'll be very polite. And then sometimes, no worries about it. I'm just letting you know that. So I feel, okay, that's good.
Yeah. Wow. And so how did you perform compared to your peers? Did they also know how to play the game, or?
It's not a specific training,
Yeah.
So I learned the tricks by myself. Nobody really trained me how to lie or how to say things like that, So I just try to find. This is my own survival guide.
Yeah.
I try to survive in this kind of environment. So whenever I encounter a very challenging person, So I was trying to find a way to make things slightly easier for myself.
Yeah. Wow, that is a good skill
Yeah,
set.
and some people, you know, they're really fussy.
Yeah.
In this world, just face it, a lot of people, they really have a very high demand. They pay X dollars, but they want the value worth of triple or fourth or 5 times more. So we have that kind of people everywhere in the world. So we just need to manage the expectation. So that's the key. The key is to manage people's expectation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100% agree.
And some Japanese guys are really nice, but when they go back to Japan, they start to complain. They can't speak English, you know. So they smile at you, and they're really polite.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean they're happy.
Yeah.
Because they can't speak English. So they return back to Japan, and then they start to complain to the travel agent, and the travel agent start to send the complaints to our headquarters, and headquarters forwarded to me. I remember there was once our supervisor called me in to say that, Bruce, do you remember 2 months ago we have a Japanese guest? I was like, 2 months ago? How do I remember? I check in so many guests every day. What are you talking about? But try to remember 2 months ago there was a Japanese school group, a whole bunch of kids with 3 senior teachers, right? So they checked in which floor. I was like totally blown. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then story continues, and then they were not happy with this, and there was a student who wasn't happy with this, and then something wrong with blah blah blah. And then when they returned, they wrote a complaint about our staff, about the facility. And I was like, why didn't they say it right in front of me so I can help them solve the issue immediately? I don't know. You don't ask me. Probably they're shy.
Yeah.
Or more shy than you are. I was like, okay, all right, but honestly, I can't recall anything.
Yeah.
So it's just different culture, different personality, I'll say.
Yeah, that's hard. Some people don't like the sort of direct front-to-front confrontation, but willing to put it in words. Yeah, cool. And so I'm kind of curious about like how you sort of sort of hacked the studying system. How did you figure out how to study, and how did you get better at it?
I never get better at it. I never get good at it.
But you found some ways to cope. So what are they?
I don't even know how to cope with that. It's just only when you mention I cope with that, and have I coped with that? Maybe yes, maybe no. But look, you just do whatever they ask me to do, and try to find a way to make things easier.
Wow, damn. So
there's a pattern. Even for research, you can't just do anything out of your own preferences or your own view. You have to follow the pattern. There's a certain pattern to do research. Just like when you try to solve a mathematical problem, there's a procedure there. So you have to follow the steps. You can't just jump. You can't give the answer first and then the steps and that kind of thing. You have to show them you are not the weirdo. You are one of them. Mm-hmm. You join the conversation. You join this group of people. When they write introduction first, you follow. You don't write a conclusion first, right? You have to follow this thing. Why do you need to write an introduction first? Why do you want to put the methodology in the third section and the literature review in the second section? You don't ask this kind of question. You just do it. So I just follow the pattern. And then if you can't make it, fake it.
Okay, tell me more about that one.
I just trying to read about what they write, and then they have the framework. You're going to find out the framework by yourself. Yeah. And then the first paragraph, they say something about what they have, what the other people have studied about this area. Yeah. And the second paragraph, they pointed out something deficiency or something wrong with the existing model or existing something. and then you follow the pattern. You also write something about beautiful part of this topic, and the second part you write, oh, something wrong, something dodgy here, or something missing here, there's a gap here. So you follow the pattern. You try to understand what they're trying to say. So this is where the topic sentence standing out here.
Ah, wow. And is it sometimes hard to find the pattern? Or is there any way to... Because sometimes it's not that explicit.
That's the hardest part. So you have to...
Do you ask people? You're like, I mean, now you're good with people, so people supposedly...
Yeah, you talk to people. You talk to professors. You talk to different researchers to see if they have the same or different perspectives or ideas. Yeah, something like that. So there's always help out there for you to reach out.
Yeah. Do you ever like create like a handbook of your patterns of like the stuff? Because I guess your patterns are essentially like highly summarized like of the process.
If you read their work every single day, you don't have to write it down. It's just in your brain. You know what to write. You know what to say. Because you read it every day, like a few hours. You just read, and then you read about 4 or 5 papers about particular session. For example, introduction.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of differences there. You just see this the same similar thing. Something beautiful, something bad. And this is where jumping. That's very easy to do that.
Yeah, Dad, I was hoping to get some tips from you. Your book of patterns.
You're not going to do a PhD, are you?
Nah, but I think like pattern spotting is like relevant to every kind of work. Because if you can figure it out, then you can sort of fit yourself in the pattern.
Well, I think the point is that whatever job you do, whatever things you do, you're going to be smart on it. You have to find a way to make yourself on top of it.
Yeah.
You can try. Maybe you'll be successful. Maybe you will not be successful. So, but you have to keep trying. You have to keep trying, find your own way to make things more efficient. And it works for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And I'm kind of curious about what do you think your next steps are? Did you do a PhD in the view that you want to be a researcher, you want to exit to industry, you want to be a lecturer, or?
I did PhD just because I was so jealous about those PhD holders, the salary and the time they have. So I said I work in the uni, right? So I had a whole bunch of friends. They all graduated from top unis like Cambridge, Oxford, Harvard, but they also tease around with me. I was like, you guys, whole bunch of people really have a lot of expensive cars and the cameras, and they have a lot of time to go shooting the photos. So the point is that they have the money to do that, and the thing is that they have time to spend the money.
Yeah.
And then they have their own preferences. They have the option to choose whatever things that they really want to do, to pursue in their life, like photography, like sports. So if you like sports, you buy a lot of gear.
Yeah.
That requires money. If you do not have a good job that supports you, you can't buy the top gear. And then you probably just like my colleagues working in the hotel, you don't even have time to enjoy that. You know, you don't have time to even buy the gear. So then I realized that you bunch of people are really ordinary people as well. You know, you're no better than me.
Yeah.
I'm not inferior to you as well. So if you can get a PhD, why can't I get a PhD? So I just cheer myself up to see that, okay, bye-bye. I will see you in five years' time. I'll come back to you. So yes, indeed, I applied back to the same uni. I'm still waiting for the interview results, but hoping I can get into the uni and to catch up with my friends there. Yeah, back to Singapore.
Wait, so as in like go back to the uni and be a lecturer, or what kind of work do you think you would?
Most likely to be a lecturer.
Whoa, and then you can
It's nothing surprising. What do you mean by whoa? It is not a whoa job. It's just a normal job. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just I lifted I lifted myself up to next stage, to next level, that affords me a certain amount of salary and a certain amount of time to do whatever I want to do. Yeah, that's just my solely goal. I'm not really novel, you know. I'm gonna do a novel research that will contribute to the human beings or whatever. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not interested in winning a Nobel Prize or whatever, things like that. I just want to live a very simple life so I can have enough money to send, if I have kids, right? I love to send my kids to study, to learn whatever she or he likes, to pursue his or her dream. For example, these days, if I don't know what's the price, but I assume learning piano is very expensive. Learning violin is very expensive. Learning riding horses or golf, that kind of thing, you know, it costs money. So I don't want to restrain their potential or their interest or the dream just because I don't have enough money to support them. So that's a very down to the earth and realistic reason that I have to get at least a decent pay, stable decent pay. The first thing. Second thing is that I don't want to do like some businessmen, right? They really travel from here and there, and they don't have spend time. They don't have time to spend with family, because they're too busy with their own business. So I don't fancy that kind of life as well. So I just want to have a balance, and the uni lecture is what I thought of when I come to this point. Work-life balance, uni lecture.
Wow, congrats.
I haven't got it yet.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. So, Bruce, what do you think? Wait, how did you first come up with the name Bruce? Out of everything, you could have called yourself, I don't know, Bob.
It's the Baptist name, so
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just reflecting on my Baptist that I can't change it.
Oh, okay.
But
you sound very sad.
It's a Scottish name. I love the name. I love the name. Been using that since I was a kid, so I can't change anything. If you call me a different name, I wouldn't respond to you anymore.
I was going to think, like, was there like some sort of cool story about Bruce Lee or some inspiration?
What about you?
Me? Dude, my parents chose my name. I didn't have a choice.
Why specifically Karen? Did you ask
Karen?
them?
Oh yeah, I mean, they thought like it's very 老实, or it's like a very like honest, you know, like name kind of thing. It's like and then also my mom.
It's a very orthodox name, Karen. Or Kate.
Yeah, fair. But like my mom, she used to really like the singer called Karen Carpenter, so that was like I guess one of the inspirations. So it's generally you see someone with the same name, you like that, and then you think the name represents a sort of thing that you want your child to have.
Does it resonate with your Chinese name as well?
梁家文, Liang Jiawen. No, Liang Jiawen.
Jiawen is not anywhere near to Karen
in
terms
friend,
of pronunciation.
She was like, whoa, why isn't your name Gavin?
Yeah, that's what it's talking about. A lot of people just like Willard, and then the Chinese name is Wei Le.
Yeah.
So it's very similar. I got a friend in Singapore. His name is Willard, and then the Chinese name is Wei Le. It's like, oh, okay, that's very interesting.
Yeah. But I mean, first of all, like my mom, she created my English name before she created my Chinese name. So it's actually, unless my Chinese name becomes Ka Ren, I don't know. Karen.
Karen in Chinese is Kai Lun.
Really?
Something like that.
Oh, it sounds terrible.
Yeah. It doesn't sound that beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. And then what is your wait, did I ask you what the meaning of life is yet? Oh no.
Yeah, you did.
I did. No, I didn't. So what's the answer?
Do you always ask people this kind of very huge and big questions?
Of course, just to see what you would say.
What's the meaning of the life?
Yeah, for you.
can you give me a hint? What's the meaning in your life? you tell me.
Bruce, that's cheating.
It's not cheating. It's just, this is just, interaction.
Interaction.
Yeah.
Wow. I think there was this. It's like sort of like a cheap knockout response. Because I remember there's this guy on the internet. His name is Derek Sivers, and he talks about like the meaning of life. There is no intrinsic meaning of life. It's whatever you make it to be. So it's like whatever will help you get through life. So for example, if there's like a plank, there's like a bridge, and you have to cross it. And then you can imagine whatever you want to help you cross it. So for example, you can imagine that like there's like a burning house, and then there's like a wolf chasing you, and so you have to get across the bridge. Or you can imagine that the bridge is like, just on like a flat piece of ground, and that you can just walk across it. So it's sort of like whatever whatever you think.
What are you talking about?
wait, you don't understand?
Okay, the question is that after you jump over it, then what's gonna happen? So your whole meaning is just jump over that?
Yeah,
something dangerous is chasing you, and then this hurdle down, and so your meaning is just conquer the hurdle and overcome the challenge. That's it.
Yeah, like, well, I don't know. I think I don't know. Yeah.
But life is full of challenges. You're gonna keep jumping. You keep jumping
but like
and jumping.
framing it. I don't know. Maybe that's a really bad response. Yeah, but I don't know. It's just like life is just like a blank.
But to me, I feel life is just keep going. You don't stop.
Yeah.
And even though if you accidentally run into a different path, it doesn't matter. But you just keep going. You don't stop. The moment you stop, it doesn't matter whether you are standing at the height of the peak.
Yeah.
So you lose the whole meaning. So the meaning of the life is moving.
Yeah. Wow, that's a good response. You're welcome for my inspiration. I take 10% credit, but I think I have to cut that out if it doesn't make sense. So I'll have to think about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see a lot of old people, or we call it senior citizens.
Yeah.
They have live up the life, right? They have shown us a very good example that at their age they have gone through 80% or 90% of their life, challenges, good part, bad part, happiest part, the saddest part, but they're still trying to live up the everyday life, trying to make something meaningful, like even the single things like doing a donation or doing shopping. They see everything so seriously. I'm going to do this thing very well. Like I'm going to fix this car, I'll be concentrating on doing that. So these attitudes, like I'm still breathing. I can't just lie in the bed and say I'm gonna die. You're gonna keep going. So the whole meaning of the life is moving.
Yeah.
It's like a motion. We're still in the motion.
Yeah.
So every single day.
Pumping and circulating.
Yeah. So then there was the point of standing still and closing eyes and doing nothing.
Yeah.
Doing something. Something may or may not be meaningful, but you never know.
Yeah.
It's just like when I was working in a hotel, I would repeat the same damn shit every day for 1 year. And then I realized that I accumulated a lot of good things and good experiences after that.
Yeah.
But I really hate that experiences when I was there.
Yeah.
So I couldn't put myself out of my bed. I was so sad and so desperately put myself out of my bed because I know the stress. I wasn't used to that kind of stress.
Yeah.
But I still follow the routine and follow the protocol to do whatever I need to do. I need to smile. I need to say the greetings that I was trained for, and I try to make my life slightly easier by all means. And then when I retrospectively look at that part of my life, I feel like I was really living my life so seriously every day, because you can't play around with people.
I mean, you can.
They will find out.
Or maybe not.
So I just feel that, and then from that stage to the next stage to the next stage to the next stage, I never know who I'm going to bump into, and what kind of life stage I'm going to venture into, where I'm gonna, maybe I'll die tomorrow. You never know, you know. So if you live your life as if there's no tomorrow, so you're gonna spend every single minute so seriously, so meaningful. But until that moment, you are still breathing. You can't just waste your energy, waste your talent, waste all your potential, just doing nothing. So that's the meaning of the life. Maybe it's one way to interpret that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Thank you for giving me a very good.
Thanks for making me look bad and making me look good.
Yeah.
Teamwork. Yeah.
Kidding.
Yeah. Wait. So, what do you think your perfect day in the life is? You wake up. What time? What happens? What do you do?
It's a good question. Never thought about that.
You're welcome.
Maybe after I wake up, when I have a shower.
Nice. Good
So
hygiene.
that's where I start my day. That's the right way to start my day. So I have refreshing myself, and also I had that few minutes to think about myself and also my day. Yeah.
And then
that's the starting point of my day, isn't it?
Yeah, and then like day in the life, perfect day in the life. So what happens after you shower? Are you gonna go back to bed and go sleep?
It's gonna be very boring routine, you know, just having breakfast, cereal, milk, and then you cook lunch, whatever, and then you put everything in a backpack and dump that into the boot, and then just drive to school.
And then do your lecturing.
What?
And then do your teaching, and then what happens? I'm confused.
I don't do tutoring every day.
Yeah. So what is the perfect day in the life? You eat for sure. You shower for sure. And then do you do some sort of sport activities? Do you have a particular hobby?
Look, every day is different. As long as I fulfill this whole day, it's perfect day.
Oh, as long as you fill it with anything.
Yeah, I filled it up.
Even with crap.
Even it's crap, because it's something that filled up your life. You know, it's part of the memory. Whether it's good part or a bad part, it's part of the reality. It's part of the life. You're gonna embrace that. You're gonna accept that. Yeah. Whether this is a very sad day, you're crying a lot, it's still part of your life, isn't it? I don't cry a lot. I believe you do.
This is Bruce in the shower, so he can disguise his tears.
You do that.
First thing in the morning. Bruce, I only shower at night, so only tears after the day. But tears when the day has begun. Bruce, you're on a new level.
You can't tell, isn't it?
Wow, okay. I think we're pretty much at the end of the podcast, so I have to ask you, how's your podcast experience?
Enjoyable. Very good. Exciting.
There we go. Keep going.
Well, how many other words you wanted me to use to describe this journey?
Was it different to what you expected? Any expectations versus reality?
No, I was expecting this exactly the same. It's just like a chit chat.
Chat. Okay, good wording. So let's say bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.